Hello there.
Yo, we didn't hit 500 likes on the last episode, like I said to. Do you guys want the Buffy rewatch? Are you serious right here? Okay, 400 likes on this one. I will drop it. And Bob said you better get 400 likes because he wasn't too happy with the 500 likes. So, for that, he's not displaying in this video, okay? Bob has gone somewhere else. Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, Elie Moses, your 22-year-old law and film chef, senior Australia, shooting his shot, baby. And today, we are up to episode 13 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 7, titled The Killer in Me. And I am just excited at the moment with the entire Buffyverse. Excited around the channel with the Christmas period coming up. It's absolutely amazing. I've got some special content planned, some fun content planned over the Christmas period. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that as well. Also in the comment section down below, recommend me some more movies to watch, some more classic movies to react to, like the Carries I just did on the channel. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. But yeah, this is Buffy's time to shine after a 3-episode Angel arc. So yeah, let's watch this episode titled The Killer in Me, and let's waste no more time. Let's go. Okay, Giles is back, but I wanted to pause quickly something. I saw the one comment in the other comment section before, like one of the older comments, say something about my shoulder in my video, and it's actually a coincidence. I'm wearing the Raptors jersey today because it's actually really hot. But yeah, my shoulder, I actually snapped my AC joint a couple years ago. That's my collarbone sticking out, and someone noticed it in like a couple of my videos and even mentioned it on my Twitter. But yeah, you probably won't be able to unsee it now. But yeah, that's just how it is. It was an injury. I snapped it, and yeah, it was a bad tear. So yeah, that's how it is. So yeah, you guys are probably like, no, I cannot unsee it now. I never noticed. But yeah, back to Buffy. I was doing my own slaying. So yeah.
Are you sure you'll all be all right?
You'll only be gone for 2 days. I think we've managed a bit longer than that.
Right.
That is true.
So, this trip is important for the girls to understand the source of their power and to know
Excursion.
how to use it right.
Don't think they appreciate the gravity of what we're undertaking.
Yeah, I don't think
It's
so.
frightening and it's difficult.
They're really young. So.
Then apparently someone told them that the vision quest consists of me driving them into the desert, doing the hokey pokey, until a spooky Rasta Mama Slayer arrives and speaks to them in riddles.
Yes. And tells them that death is their
Exactly
gift.
how I put it. Hey, how's Kennedy? Still fluey. Bummed about missing the field trip.
End up singing campfire songs, aren't
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Giles, you might want to get out there.
I? Oh God, what?
Molly and Rona are fighting over who gets to drive the first leg. Bet you'd wish you renewed that California state driver's license now, huh?
Probably let Molly out of the trunk. I never actually realized just how compact Molly really is.
The crazy house is being transferred to Giles in the car, so it's going to become the crazy car now. It's going to become the mystery machine. Scooby-Doo, Shaggy, the whole crew is in there. Giles is going to have a fun trip being Daddy Giles here.
Just please be safe while I'm away.
You too. Giles is off on the retreat.
Give us all a chance for a breather, eh?
From Giles?
From the constant pitter-patter of clomping teenage girly feet.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Come on.
I enjoy my responsibility as mentor, role model, life guide. Oh my God, I cannot believe I have my bathroom all to myself for 2 whole days.
It's like a bloody war zone up there, and not in the good way.
Warzone.
In the kitchen since I've been here.
I'm just trying to stay out of their way.
Warzone.
I noticed. Been fine. In close contact with the girls.
With you by my side, yeah. Wouldn't let me hurt one of them. And that's the way it's gonna be, until we're sure the first is done making me its bitch.
That is true.
Either we're together, or I'm on the leash.
Ow. Is the first trying to infiltrate him again?
Ow.
I gotta get some protection spell in this house over the first.
Spike, what is going on?
Chip. Oh, God. Why would...
Bro, poor James Masters always has to act tortured. For the last season, imagine that. Imagine how much stress he puts his brain through. Just trying to... Alright, Joss Whedon. James, you gotta act stressed again. You gotta act like you're being tortured in the mind. Bro, it's like, how many times have I seen you get violate himself by acting?
Even with the chip, Spike was able to hurt all those people and he was brainwashed.
Yeah, but he was under the control of the first.
Maybe something's wrong with it.
It's a whole new level.
That chip is misfiring all on its own then.
Great.
Oh, this will be fun. Remember when things used to be nice and boring?
Season 1, you mean?
No.
I was like, maybe the first episode,
Have
then it
fun
got hectic.
delivering the tea. Okay, not when you make it sound all dirty like that.
A new love interest for Willow, potentially Kennedy. As you guys mentioned in the comment sections before, that Kennedy was actually, I think, flirting with Willow a little bit. So yeah,
Tea.
it's just tea. Okay, we'll see about that.
We're sick. No, I was never sick. Oh, you were so busted. Xander's gonna have to drive you to the desert.
Willow, chill. There's a reason I didn't go. I have a thing. A separate thing.
What?
Something's coming down.
Huh.
I have my own mission. And I need your help.
Oh, Kennedy putting on a leather jacket. Is the killer and me this episode going to be potentially relating to Kennedy? Are we going to get a Kennedy-centric episode while the girls go on their own little excursion retreat thing? Because, yeah, like I said this season, because there's so many potentials, not all of them are going to get their time to shine. I don't think it's going to balance it as well as I said, like, the last Buffy reaction, how I mentioned how Stranger Things balanced the alternate storylines in season 4 really well. It's clearly they're gravitating towards more, I guess, a couple of the potentials getting the limelight. In particular, last episode I think it was Amanda, and this episode we have Kennedy, and it's gonna look like a Kennedy-centric episode. I don't know if we'll cut to Giles and his crew doing their thing, or it's just gonna be a situation where he comes back at the end of the episode or next episode saying, "Oh, it went well, this, that," and the each of the potential slayers will say what they saw. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a Kennedy-centric episode, and it might be the killer and her. So we'll see what's going to happen. And yeah, Willow did not sound authoritative when she said, "Oh, you're busted." It's just like, yeah, what are you going to do?
We're not on a mission, are we?
We're on a date.
Trust me. I told you. I have a thing.
For you.
Come on, just hang out with me a little. You're sexy when you pout.
Woo! Okay.
Why do you do that?
To get you to stay.
Alright, I'll stay for one drink. Then I'm going home.
Okay.
We know how what one drink turns into. That's the math.
Easy stuff.
That's the math equation that even Pythagoras couldn't even solve. One drink equals. It doesn't work like that. Not even the greatest mathematicians in the world could solve that equation. One drink equals, because you don't know what it's going to equal.
How long have you known that you were gay?
Oh,
Wait,
posing the big
That's
questions.
easy? And what, you just assume that I'm gay? Assume much?
Okay, sorry. How long have you enjoyed having sex with women?
What, you think you have some sort of special buzzbadar or something?
Okay, you know there's a better word for that, right? You really haven't been getting out there much, have you?
Willow feels uncomfortable around this. Clearly understandable.
Well, can you always tell just by looking at someone?
No, of course not. That wouldn't be any fun. The fun part is the process of getting to know a girl. It's like flirting in code. Body language and laughing at the right jokes and looking into her eyes.
Yo, Kennedy,
And
cute.
knowing she's
She is
still
cute,
with
man.
you, even when she's not saying a word.
Hey, she got Willow wrapped already.
And that sense that if you can just touch her
Christmas came early.
just once,
Wrapped up.
everything would be okay for both of you. So you can tell.
Lots-
Or if she's really hot, you just get her drunk, see if she comes onto you.
Tactics. Lots of close-ups here used of
3 years
facials.
That's when I knew. It wasn't women. It was woman. Just one.
Lucky woman.
Really enjoyed that scene. Like, really enjoyed it. Lots of close-up shots, obviously, of the facial expressions. Like, rarely you got, like, a medium take or, like, wide take of them conversating. It was just the close-ups and the facial expressions doing the work. And the eye contact. The eye contact was even getting me. And I was just like, yeah, they are vibing. They are vibing.
The blood vessel, I think.
It's related to the trigger. Or maybe it has something to do with the new soul.
Or maybe I wasn't meant to last this long.
Oh,
One more thing you and I have in common, eh, Pat?
fair enough. Listen, I want to pause again. I really enjoyed that. Going in theme with the callbacks this season, the chip is also a callback to season 4 with the initiative. Like, you can call it back to season 4 as well. How the first is a callback to season 3 with one of the episodes there with them being a villain, and then taking the opportunity in season 7 now to strike. As the Slayer was resurrected, it created an opportunity. Or as the Slayer died, and then before was resurrected, they took the opportunity. But they take the opportunity now to take out the potentials as well. But yeah, I like the callback with the chip and that they're really using it as a recurring thing, whether it's the first taking control over Spike completely or it's actually the chip malfunctioning as well now. We'll see what's going to happen.
Well, we'll fix it. We'll hit serious research mode.
Good. Try behavioral modification software throughout the ages.
That is true.
Okay. You're right.
Google.
Not a big thing.
Google Buffy.
The phone thing.
Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
God, that phrase is never gonna be usable again, is it?
Doubt it.
Do your friends know?
Yeah. My mom was all proud, like I was making some political statement. And then the statement mojo wore off, and I was just gay. She hardly ever even met Tara.
Classic.
That's sad.
I didn't mind. Tara and I are kind of private.
I'm sorry. It must have.
Private.
You're sure? That still hits, man. That still hits.
Yes, Agent Finn. Riley. Tell him we're having a problem with Spike's chip. Did he used to work there and maybe he got transferred? Oh. Is this actually a flower shop or is this one of those things where I'm supposed to play along to show that I know it's really secret ops? Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Okay. Right. Well, if some guy named Finn shows up to buy flowers, yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing Riley again.
Wrong number. Or a giant government conspiracy. One of those. Spike?
Uh-oh.
This one seemed easier than the others.
Oh, okay.
See? We're just gonna fade.
Again, James
It was
Masters,
Mom's way.
act terrorized.
I saw that and I knew I wanted to sweep Scarlet off her face.
You were 5.
Well, I'm not saying sweeping would have been easy.
Now, look at the way Kennedy's flirting, man. Cherry.
What?
I still don't get it. Why you like me? You don't even know me.
In the words of
I've
Buffy,
seen you.
it's complicated.
And we like the same things. Italian, skate punk, Robert Parker mysteries, fighting evil.
I don't like any of that stuff. Except the fighting evil part. But even then, I prefer a nice foot massage.
The way you always turn off the Moulin Rouge DVD at chapter 32 so it has a happy ending.
He knows, man.
I like the way you speak.
She been studying Willow.
It's interesting. And your freckles? Likeable.
Wow. Hey, listen. Kennedy is carpe effing that diem, okay? Rest in peace, Robert Williams, alright? She carpe that effing diem, okay? She is seizing the day. She saw the girls are going on a retreat. Oh, I'll chuck a sickie. Okay, that's how we say it in Australia. But she's like, I'll chuck a sickie. And bang, I'll seize the opportunity with Willow. Fair play, fair play. Hey, you got to shoot your shot when you can. Hey, speaking of shooting your shot, Kennedy's shooting a shot.
I'm not so into the magic stuff. Seems like fairy tale crap to me, but if it matters to you, you care about it. So it's cool.
This is my stop. So
They're
Glad
living
we
in,
talked.
they're living in the same house.
Yes. Kind of cleared the air, huh?
yeah, totally. Air cleared.
You know, in the spirit of air clearing,
Yeah?
I feel like I need to be honest about something.
Is something wrong?
No,
Tongue cleaning.
no. It's just,
Here we go. Make the move. Make the move.
I think you should.
Here we
No.
go. Here we go. Yeah, there was no pulling out of that. There was no pulling out of that. Ooh, I like the transition with the color grading to black there and the light dimming down. Is that Willow using her magical powers? For a second, as the camera panned around, I thought it was going to cut to Buffy kissing Spike. Like a clever edit.
Well, that was nice.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my gosh. You know what? I was along the lines of it cutting to someone else, but it was actually the first playing game. I told you, they need a spell on this house. The first is infiltrating too easily.
Are you okay? Not used to literally knocking girls off of their feet with just the power of my own lips.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh, damn.
What is that?
It's the man that I killed.
Okay, hold
Oh, it's Willow. The killer in me.
Get Buffy, tell the first is back. No, I'm not the first.
We're not interested in any of your evil lies. We've heard them all.
No, guys, it's me.
I'm me. I'm Willow. Guys, come on.
Sure. We were up in Willow's room, and we were...
Oh, you're back.
No, I'm not. It's not. I'm not it.
You are now. I know what you made me do. Your promises of happy fields and dancing schnauzers and being demigods won't work on me anymore.
Buffy?
And the bringers are probably coming
No,
too.
I'm not the
You
first.
made me do things. Things I can never take back. Ever.
I'm not the
What
first.
the hell is going on in here?
Buffy.
Wait. But if he's the first...
No, I'm not the first.
You're not the first.
I know.
You're back.
Hey, touching.
Everyone, please stop. It's me.
There's a lot going on right now.
I'm Willow.
Are you sure?
There are other stories from kindergarten, non-yellow crayon stories in which you don't come out in such a good light.
An incident involving Aquaman underoos, for example? You want me to start talking? Hey, Willow.
What happened?
There, and then I looked like him.
Oh, like a glamour.
Maybe. I mean, I probably brought it on myself. History with my witchy subconscious making things go kerfloofy. Remember the wacky I can't see you, you can't see me spell?
It's so real.
All too aware.
Okay,
Yeah.
Kate, you're right. And you did do this to yourself. Why would your subconscious turn you into Warren?
Obviously because I feel bad about killing him.
We'll deal. We'll get help.
No, I can handle this.
This
On
took
your
it.
own. Why?
I did it. I'll fix it. I don't want you to see me this way anyway.
It's kind of a little late for that.
Seriously, I'm not posing any big threat to the world.
And Spike's
Looks
dying.
like you've got your hands full already.
I'll handle it, fix it, and I'll be back before you even know I'm done.
Promise.
I love the transition between Willow and Warren in certain bits of dialogue as well. A lot of effort probably went into that as well, trying to get the shot compositions right, have the actors in the same place as well, as Willow delivers her lines and then Warren delivers her lines, and you got to get the editing right there. So really enjoy that. And yeah, because the first is corporeal, I believe, like you can go, like you can't touch it. So it is actually Willow, and whether that was just a sort of instinct reaction as she kissed Kennedy there, and she probably thought of Tara and the person who killed her, and then she basically, her subconscious started portraying Warren, for instance, and I still can't get that image out of my head of Warren kissing Kennedy. I was so in the moment with Willow and Kennedy, and literally I was about to say, these guys are gonna probably orgasm upstairs while Spike is downstairs going like literally. And I was like, no, it took a different turn once again with the current Buffy episodes completely throwing me off of what's gonna happen as it cuts to Warren. I thought it was gonna cut to Buffy and Spike maybe making out or something, like a clever transition like that. Instead, it was a clever transition as the camera panned around, used the lighting and the darkness well to have it sort of like in one take, rather than have like a body transformation and save on the CGI budget, or like a shape-shifting transformation. Clever to use like sort of the dark colored hair as the camera pans around, and then yeah, have Warren there.
Okay. Safe to say no one will ever accuse you of being too butch.
Even there, I like the transition right there, because when it was with Willow getting shot from Kennedy, and then it cuts to the overhead shoulder cam, I guess, or like the rack focus on Kennedy as Warren's shoulder there is blurred out, like a different color change. You can tell she's talking to Warren there, because Willow's obviously wearing sort of like the brownish burgundy jacket or leather jacket, and then Warren's obviously in the navy sweater, so she's talking to Warren there, but we saw Willow approach.
Kennedy, go home.
You turned into a guy. if you take a step back, seriously, there's a certain element of humor here, right?
Clever again with the head
really,
turn.
Really big step.
I killed him. It's hard to see the chuckles.
Thought you were gonna try it yourself.
I did try. It didn't work. Something's blocking me.
Well, all the more reason for me to go with you. Plus, I was there with you when it happened. Let me come to try to help too.
I really think I'm fine with the handling.
By yourself? Why?
I'm the one that killed him.
It's so weird seeing Warren act irritated and stressed and anxious
Given.
with the situation.
How about I just tag along anyway? Keep you company. I'm taking that as a yes.
Fine, come.
Try not to get in the way.
Is this part of the old initiative they're going to here? Like part of the underground tunnels before it got destroyed? Like the remnants of it?
Summers residence, this is Andrew speaking. How can I help you?
It's probably Riley.
Loser.
Hey, do we know some British guy named Robson?
Was attacked. This Robson guy in England.
Robson.
And Giles was there helping him. And there was a bringer.
Xander.
Oh,
Robson blacked out, but the last thing he remembers is Giles's head.
Yeah, is this the guy before Giles got literally axed to the head? Yeah. I think it is. Robson, yeah. It's the guy literally that had his watcher died and Giles approached him. Then Giles got the axe to the head. I still haven't forgotten about Giles being sus, by the way, because we haven't seen the events that played after the axe to the head or the potential swinging of the axe to the head. So I'm still sus about Giles, and I've been trying to look as to whether he's been touching people. That's why I haven't noticed. I think he's been touching people or hugging or anything.
About to get real familiar with the bringer's very sharp axe.
Oh my god. Giles never mentioned any of this.
Robson said by the time he came to, there's no Giles.
Uh-huh.
So, what are we saying?
Giles might be held captive somewhere.
Giles just didn't want to talk about it.
This might be a Mad Eye Moody
Maybe
situation.
He didn't make it. Look, I'm not saying it's a happy scenario, but we're dealing with a big bad that can be any dead person it wants.
Because if you want to infiltrate the inner circle of the Slayer,
You become the one person she trusts more than
Yeah.
anybody else.
Yeah.
But there's no way that we can know.
That means Giles is
Actually,
dead.
that's not true. The first can't take corporeal form, so it can't touch anything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not like Giles hasn't touched anything, right?
I just said... And the first can only take the impersonation of dead people, right? So Giles must be beheaded.
Has anyone seen Giles touch anything since he got back? Hold anything?
I don't think I have.
Has anybody hugged him?
No, Buffy didn't hug him on his way out.
Very hard.
No. Even Anya, when she approached the Botox thing,
Where are you?
I think they were like...
Giles.
Oh, good. Let me just get some tapes for the car. I've been working on this mix.
You're not coming.
What? Why? Because I used to be evil?
No, actually, because you're annoying, but that's a good reason, too.
Good intentions
Wait,
now, man.
Don't leave me here all alone. I keep getting attacked in this house.
Actually, Xander.
What if this is all part of the plan? Drive you guys away so it can have its way with me? Everything of that? You leave me here alone, I'll do something evil. Like burning something or gluing things together.
Cap.
Just take him. At least we can keep an eye on him.
I don't think Andrew has any cruel intentions.
They're all alone. All of them.
Bro, I can't wait to see this play out. It'd be fitting to have Giles dead this season. Like, it'd be fitting with the way this season's going and trying to, like, rickroll everyone. But the thing is, their first assumptions usually end up being wrong. So even though I'm still sus of Giles, it could be a whole situation where they touch him and be like, oh, we overthought this. Like, it was just a coincidence. He hadn't touched anything. We haven't realized. Because remember what happened with Dawn. Straight away, they thought Dawn was the potential Slayer. Then look what happened at the end of the episode. I got rickrolled, okay? It was Amanda. And she was at the door trying to look for help with Buffy. So, yeah, I'm still sus of Giles. I was sus at the start of the season because we didn't see the events play out after the, obviously, swinging of the axe as the episode cut out. And even when he returned, he sort of glossed over it. So that's why I'm interested to see what's happening. And there's ominous music playing around him now. I mean, look at that look he's giving.
It's actually her. I can tell.
I know her.
Oh, Amy.
Okay.
Whoa.
Welcome back.
Okay. Here's the thing. I'll just get this out of the way. I'm sort of screwed up. But I mean, you already knew that because you lived it. Gotcha.
Oh, but she's doing so much better now. Amy.
It's okay, Vaughn. I want to do this. It took me a long time to really see myself. But I did. Because you know, that's the crazy thing about hitting rock bottom. You get to relive all the crappy things that you did. And I wanted to come find you and tell you that I was here.
Relating much?
Working on things with these guys. And that they're good. And then I was sorry. But you're here. Looking like... Wow. How did this happen?
That's what we're here to find out.
Yeah. See, the thing is, we're more about healing spirits and nurturing our life force here. But we'll try. Are spirits true?
Interesting. I love how they selected the cuts with that scene as well. I think there was 2 selective cutaways to Willow's facial expressions and then back to Warren. So as Amy was explaining her process and how she healed and what she felt, I love how they showed Willow's facial expressions as well to show her shock, because it's the relatable experience. Willow hit rock bottom and so did Amy as well. They were both affected by Rack and what happened, and yeah, we sort of saw nothing of Amy after Willow kicked her out of the house. I can remember, like, from the front door. So yeah, we haven't seen much of her since. So she's been on a healing process, and it was interesting to see. And I liked that they showed Willow's facial expressions as well before they cut back to Warren.
She can't handle this.
We draw upon your very
You have a better idea?
Give back that the balance is put right. It didn't work?
No, it didn't, you dumb bitch.
Oh, whoa.
Willow! You slapped me.
No, I didn't. It wasn't me. It was Warren.
It's like the soul of who Willow killed is like sort of creeping in to Willow, the killer in me. Like all the Dark Willow's coming back, or the person of who she killed, that person's personality is creeping in with Willow. That was a Warren instinct reaction right there.
Becoming him. A murderous, misogynist man. I mean, do you understand what he did? What I could do? You know, I killed him for a reason.
I have to fix this.
Being angry isn't helping. We can still try to...
You understand nothing about magic. And in case you haven't noticed, our little date, it's over.
Willow!
They just sealed the place off.
Damn.
Left everything as it was.
Woo! Wonder if anything's still alive down here. There's a lot.
Brief stay.
There's a lot going on this episode. They've divided sort of the characters up. I mean, just when you think Willow's the core focus, Willow and Kennedy, their relationship's the core focus, and they're gonna sort out the Willow situation. Bang, Spike and Buffy have their own little duo trip to the old I was about to say Faculty, the movie, to the old initiative, and then you have the Xander, Anya, Willow, and Andrew quartet sort of discover and interrogate the situation with Giles because of the phone call from Robson. So yeah, we have the crew divided into 3 bits now in one episode, into 3 diverging, 3 storylines or 3 arcs, like going into 3 sort of separate investigations here with Buffy and Buffy and Spike, Willow and Kennedy, and then obviously Giles with the Watchers, Giles with the Potentials, and then Xander, Anya, Willow, and Andrew. And it's going to be interesting to see how the episode juggles it in the final 13 minutes, whether it's even resolved this episode, because yeah, like I feel like all of them are serious situations here. Yeah, Spike with the chip can be really unpredictable. You have Willow turning into Warren basically with the personality. That could be really bad as well. Giles potentially could be the first, tricking all the potentials, and Anya, Xander, Dawn, and Andrew are seriously out of depth probably to deal with the first. It's gonna be interesting, and you still have the first lingering around, whether it's Giles or not, when that's going to strike back.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I didn't articulate myself well there. I'm very disappointed in myself. I think this is the battle Willow has to overcome herself, possibly.
Think something survived?
Sounds like.
In the initiative, no one can hear you scream.
Where?
No. But it sounded like it was coming from over there.
Please, no jump scare. Please, no jump scare, man. Leave me alone. Allow it, fam. Okay, that was alright. That was alright. It looked like a vampire.
Wrong. And she's dealt with a lot worse. Long before she ever went out and found herself a big old potential Slayer bodyguard, okay?
Wait, how do you know
Just have a little faith in
he's
her.
a potential?
I never said I was a potential slayer.
Oh. No, I think you did when you first got here. You told us.
No, I didn't. How did you know who I was?
Touch her.
Oops.
And you can't trust anyone now. Buffy and Spike are fighting in the dark. Well, Spike's not even fighting. Spike's just having a meltdown.
Spike!
Oh, yo, that demon looks in army clothes. Looks really fascinating.
So, same model as last time? How'd that work out for you?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You'd be amazed.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Killer and Me is coming to life. I feel like the least... There we go, they touched him. There we go, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
Me too. Me.
Sorry, before they say... I was literally about to say, I think the least threatening situation in this scenario, or this episode, is the Giles one. I think they're going to rock up and be completely wrong, and lo and behold...
We all feel each other, including some of us who don't know each other well enough to take such liberties, thank you.
Thought you might be non-corporeal evil. We got a call. We couldn't remember you touching anything.
We had to make sure you're okay. We were worried.
Oh. Well, that's very sweet. You think I'm evil if I bring a group of girls on a camping trip and don't touch them?
Do we? Sus. Yo, this thing looks deformed, man. I want to get a good look at it. Ooh.
Well, that guy was
Oh. Showtime.
just the beginning.
What's happening?
Miss Summers, Agent Finn reported that you tried to contact him earlier today.
The flower shop.
Knew it!
Conspiracy.
He indicated you might be needing our assistance. We're to provide you anything you need to help Assface here.
Ass face.
Those were his exact words, man.
Were they literally just camping there the whole time? Wow, some good agents right there. It's funny how they put the lights on Buffy when a couple episodes ago Buffy put the lights on the on the Uber van. And Willow's walking around with a gun in broad daylight. That came out and whoa, a lot's happening.
What do we do next?
Agent Finn said it was your call.
Ooh.
What was my call?
All decisions regarding Hostile 17 are to be left in your hands. This chip, we can either repair it or remove it.
Tell me why you did this to her.
It was Amy the bitch all along. Oh no, she's not the first. She got slapped, bro. What am I thinking? It's actually Amy being Amy. Thought she helped herself.
What did you do to
Her
her?
getting revenge.
What, to Willow? Oh, just your standard penance malediction is all.
Okay. And that's magic crazy talk for what?
I put a hex on her.
Got that part.
Oh, my Unifee hex? That one?
But why Warren? Why did it happen after we kissed?
Ooh, revealing too much.
That's rich. That must have been some kiss.
You must be good.
This is not about hate. It's about power.
Hey,
Willow always had all the power.
Buffy said
Long
that at the start of
before
the
she knew
season.
what to do with it. Just came so easy for her.
Shapeshifter Buffy.
The rest of us? We had to work twice as hard to be half as good. No one cares about how hard you work. They just care about cute, sweet Willow. They don't know how weak she is. She gave in to evil and stuff worse than I can even imagine. She almost destroyed the world. And yet everyone keeps on loving her? So what's wrong with having a little fun, huh? Taking her down a peg or two?
Hey, you're just scared
Fun?
she'll clap your ass.
She's disappearing, fading away in that creep. You think it's fun?
It was just a game. It's not my fault if she's losing herself.
I'm gonna stop you now, you know. I'm not the bad guy here, but I wonder where he'd be right about now.
Bam! Oh, yo, Amy leveled up. Oh, we reliving
That was a
seeing
hell of a
red.
move.
Think you can just do that to me? That I'd let you get away with it?
Dude, let's not get excited.
It's too late for that. This is what I am. I made it happen, and I'll make it stop.
At this point, Warren fired all shots.
Willow, what did you make happen?
You were there, bitch. You saw it.
I killed her. Yeah, you know what I mean.
But you said her.
No. That was Warren.
Listen, you said I was there. Who did you kill, Willow?
It was your fault, slut.
You tricked me. And forget.
Tara.
Shut up!
Shut up! You do not get to say her name. Winning.
No.
I'm being punished. I kissed you just for a second, but it was enough.
Bro, shoot Amy.
I let her go. I didn't mean to.
Kissing me didn't mean
No.
that.
She was never gone. She was with me. We should have been forever. I let her be dead.
Yeah, let Alison Hannigan do the acting
She's
here.
really dead.
Let her shine.
And I killed her.
Willow, no.
Please, baby. I'm so sorry. Come back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Come back.
Damn, even the actor that plays
Willow,
Warren is doing well.
I don't think you did anything wrong. This is just magic. And I think I'm figuring the whole magic thing out. Just like fairy tales.
We reversing the spell.
Bringing you back to life.
And we're using the same transition around with the hair. Yep, there we go. Nice. So that undid the hex?
I am good.
It's me. I'm back.
So all Kennedy had to do is go in for seconds on the kiss.
Are you alright?
I have no idea. Oh. I'm so tired.
Yeah. I'll make you some tea.
Start of the episode, Willow's making the tea for Kennedy, and now Kennedy's making the tea for Willow. Interesting. I would have actually liked the episode. There was a lot going on that episode. There was a lot going on, and a lot of the assumptions, for instance, the Giles one is probably going to get more explanation with how he survived the cutthroat thing. Maybe we won't. You never know. But that one I felt like was just a little side quest to have the other crew at home have something to do, like Dawn, Anya, Xander, and Andrew. Buffy and Spike investigating the old initiative. I don't know why they just waited in the old initiative, like they thought she was going to go there. I don't know how they realized she was going to go there. Maybe Riley thought that's the first place she'd look. They could have just gone to Buffy's house or something. I don't know, maybe they went there first, we'll see. But the whole initiative was just, the whole army was there waiting. But I would have liked the episode to explore the whole Amy Willow situation more. I wouldn't have minded if it was just a Willow-centric and Kennedy-centric episode with the whole family trying to help Willow out. Because at the there goes my camera. But at the end, yeah, it was just Kennedy and Willow, and I would have liked to have seen the other Scooby members conversate with Willow about the experience with Tara, since they were there when it happened, and try and bring her back together and defeat Amy, because Amy chucked the hex on her, and there's no stopping her from doing it again, and she literally just snapped her fingers and teleported Kennedy back to the situation where Willow was going to relive the moment. So clearly Amy is more of a threat now, and yeah, she's pretty dangerous. So I'd like to see her probably get handled or dealt with, and not let Amy slide basically, and continue to have that threat, because there's already enough threats as it is. So yeah, I enjoyed the acting in the episode. It was fantastic. Some of the techniques with Kennedy and Willow were cleverly used, and I'm rooting for them. I like that relationship. I think it's cute. I think it's charming. Yeah, and we have the other crew now with Giles and the excursion still, whether we see more of the excursion next, or they all come back together in the house and just tell Buffy some madness happened. It looks like when they all congregate back at the Buffy Summers residence, they're all going to have a lot of stories to tell when they see each other again. So yeah, I like that episode. I just thought it could have been juggled a bit better. I thought there was too many converging storylines, and some of them were a bit rushed. I really liked the Willow one. I thought that could have been explored a bit more, and I thought it was solved a bit too quickly. I would have liked if a lot of people were involved, but I think the key thing was to have Kennedy and Willow together, and to, I guess, push that relationship there, and have Buffy solve the Spike situation. I think there's just a lot going on at the moment, and that's why you're not going to get, I guess, single line story centric episodes like Willow just having her problem this episode. You still had the Spike situation with the chip, and they're not going to let that slide, obviously, just for the sake of writing. Like, they're not going to say, okay, let's put Spike's chip situation on hold for now while we deal with Willow's situation, and have Spike not have any sort of migraines or headaches or episodes, because that wouldn't make any sense. But yeah, I get there's a lot juggling on, and will continue a lot happening, and they got a lot to juggle, so we'll see if they continue to handle it well. This episode I thought it was done okay. Could have been done a bit better. Maybe, I guess, the Xander Anya one could have maybe saved for another episode and let that slide and spend more time with Buffy and the Willow situation and have them present, but we'll see. Anyway, guys, it's been your boy Elie Moses. Hope you enjoyed my reaction. As always, take care. God bless. Peace.